Hey guys, it's Mary again with Big on Books. I know it's been a minute. Again, life is kind of crazy. My life does not revolve around BookTube. So, just a disclaimer, it does not revolve around BookTube. Nothing in my life revolves around anything except maybe my family or my work. But today we are not going to get into that. I've done many videos about that. Today we are going to get into my top picks of 2018 that I read this year. And these are in no particular order, considering how some of these piqued my interest and I loved them, but I can't necessarily pick a favorite that I did this year. If I had to pick a favorite author, though, I'd probably pick Kasie West, because I tried her out this year, and just two of her books that I read are actually on here. I actually did not, I'm reading a few books right now. I was hoping to do this video later. However, just because I was hoping that I would be able to finish those books and maybe put them on a list, but that isn't going to happen. So let's get into it. So my first pick is hilariously titled Last Pick by Jason Waltz. It is a graphic novel. It is about this, it's a dystopian kind of where aliens have taken over the world, and so they are leaving everybody that is considered too weak, too old, too young, and somebody with a quote-unquote disability. Now, I really love this for the pure fact that I met the author. I love the author. He is such a nice guy. And it also has to deal with the fact that disability is in quotes, and also it deals with kids with disabilities, because if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I have epilepsy. Okay. And that is considered as considered a disability. So it was very nice to see that authors actually not only put more thought into diverse books, not just in color, but into, let's have this kid, like, have this condition, should I put in a different word, because of this. And that's what I really like about some stories, is that they don't use the condition as like a joke, or they don't use it as an excuse. This was actually a huge plot point in the book that I really, really loved, and I really, really loved how the author did it, and I explained that to the author, and I loved that so much. So I would definitely recommend picking this up, and it's a very short read. You can read it in like 2 hours or something. It isn't that bad, and there are more to come, so I'm excited. It's the first in a series. But wait, I have to wait another year. And the next book I picked is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. She actually has another book coming out in January called Two Can Keep a Secret. So I'm so excited for that. But One of Us is Lying was definitely a roller coaster that took me up and down on an emotional journey. And it was a mystery. I was like, where is this like going? If you don't know what it's about, 5 kids were locked in detention, and one of them died, and 4 of them are suspects now, and it is a murder mystery, and I really loved that, and it kept me on my toes, because I was just like, wait, this boy has the secret, and this boy has the secret, and this person has a secret, and I just want to know all the secrets, and please let this romance happen. And it was just so amazing. I loved her writing. I could not put the book down. I can't wait to read the next book she comes out with, because it sounds very interesting. And also, when anybody hear that, did anybody watch Pretty Little Liars? Like, the theme song is literally, two can't keep a secret if one of them is dead. So when I hear Two Can Keep a Secret, the Pretty Little Liars theme song comes into my head, and I'm so sorry, that's an off note, but like, part of the reason I want to read that is just because the title is awesome. The next book is Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. It came out in May of this year. It is about a girl who is in a podcasting class with her friend. Her friend likes a guy. And the friend has like made the character take the podcasting class. Her parents have kind of been like, you need to explore other options, because her parents own a marina, and all the main character wants to do is live on this marina. Her ex-boyfriend broke up with her like a year ago, and she's still a little bit hung up on that, but she and the guy her friend like kind of have a connection. And when he starts calling in, when somebody who disguises their voice starts calling in asking for love advice, the main character thinks it's about her friend, and it may not be. I am allowed to listen to audiobooks, or I'm allowed to listen with my headphones in at work. And so this was one of those books that while I was doing nothing was an audiobook that I could not stop listening to. I just loved it so much. I definitely think if you're into cheesy, really, really cheesy romances, you will love this book. And like there's sort of like there's a rivalry going on too, which I also really liked. And I was just like, this is kind of like not a love square, but like it gets to the point where you're just like, wait, hold on, what's going on here? Which I really loved, because I had to think about it for like a day and be like, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this person is it, maybe this person isn't it, maybe this person is it. Let us see. Next book I just finished, it is Gemina, which is the sequel to Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I got this from my library, so like everything is like blank. I'm actually surprised it has the word Gemina on it, to be quite frank. But it's the sequel to Illuminae. It deals with a different set of characters on a different ship. And so basically what it is it's the same format. It's a computer. It's written not in prose much. It's written in like reports and stuff. It deals with characters in Illuminae, so I would read that first. But I would definitely recommend this, because it may be a different set of characters and they may interact very seldomly with Illuminae, but if you loved Illuminae, you will love Gemina, because not only is it the same format, not only is it like a different story, but it's a story of, oh my god, what is happening? I want to know right now kind of thing. It was really that interesting. The next book, or books I kind of want to say, I read this year, and it's a series. It is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It became a movie in August by Netflix, and it really did the book justice, if I'm gonna say that. That was pretty amazing to me. Like, it did obviously take elements from the second book. However, I did really like it. But if you don't know what this book is about, Lara Jean Covey writes letters to all of the boys she's loved. There were 5 letters, 6, I can't remember. But the letters get out, and she starts fake dating one of the guys she wrote a letter to, which obviously, if you know that fake dating trope, it obviously, like, you know, doesn't work out, fake dating. But It's really cute. If you haven't watched the movie, go watch the movie and obviously read this series because it is amazing. The second book is even more amazing and it introduces another character whom I love, but I don't love him as much as I love Peter Kavinsky because let's be honest, Peter Kavinsky is like one of the ultimate book boyfriends someone will ever read about. So the next book I can't necessarily find on my bookshelf. I just rearranged my bookshelves. If you find it somewhere behind me, please let me know because I want to know where that book is. It's Haunting the Deep by Adriana Mather. I have a review of it and I will link that down below in the description. It takes place 6 months, I believe, after How to Hang a Witch. And so it's all, this time it's about the Titanic. She starts dreaming about that she is actually this person on the Titanic. Supernatural elements come back in. All of your favorite characters from the first book comes back in. Unfortunately, it is not. It is only a duology. That series is only a duology. However, Adriana Mather, if you were watching this, please watch more. Or please make more. I love these books. Obviously, there is that element I cannot stand. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, you will obviously know it's one character and another character. And I just like that dynamic in a friendship kind of way, not in a romantic kind of way, but it still is a really wonderful book and I would really like it if there were more books. The next book would be P.S. I Like You, also by Kasie West. It is a secret admirer kind of story. The main character is very shy. She only has one friend. She is enemies with the biggest jerk in the school, whom is an ex of her best friend. And they never really got along with her and when her and the best friend are dating. She is more of a, I'm going to write poetry and I'm going to play my guitar, but she won't perform in front of people. Which I think is kind of the most relatable thing. I hate performing in front of people. I've been made to do it many times. However, I still hate performing in front of people. But she and I are also very shy. When she starts writing poems on the bottom side of her chemistry desk, she finds somebody writing back to her. And so they start a pen pal kind of thing. Through chemistry class, and this person is in a different chemistry class than her. However, she's trying to balance her best friend setting her up, her family life with several brothers always getting into her stuff, her and finding out, does she like the secret admirer, who is the secret admirer, and also dealing with bullies in the life. And I've always been one of those people that's been like, Jennifer E. Smith and Huntley Fitzpatrick write the cheesiest, most romantic, cutest love stories ever. That may change with Kasie West. I plan to pick up Kasie West's other books because I just love her books so much now. Kasie West, please never stop writing. And the last book I have chosen is, maybe that is my number one pick. Maybe my number one pick is this one because I have been thinking about it all year and wanting to reread it. However, I have other books. It is Don't Cosplay With My Heart. The main character is this big fan of a comic book series. Think it's a team up series, so think Justice League, think Avengers, Teen Titans because they're teenagers. But it is obviously a fictional world. It is a fictional team. We get to learn about the team and the history in little sections, like between chapters. The main character, her favorite character, has gone through so much, and the main character is going through so much in this book. Her father has been transported to a different state. He has been, he is in jail for embezzlement and fraud. Her best friend is away in a different country in the summer, and part of this takes place in the summer, part of it takes place in the school year. It is about a girl who discovers conventions and cosplay, and her first boyfriend is kind of an asshole who really only thinks she is a fan if she knows everything. So it goes back to that fake geek girl kind of stuff, which is just and she is finding herself having a connection with somebody that you would not think would be a connection with, but she starts a cosplay club at her school, and it's this kind of like cute romance cosplay convention kind of book, discovering conventions and what you really like about them. And I just really enjoyed it, and I would probably pick that top book of the year. And if you like conventions or just really like cute romances, maybe you would check this out. I would definitely check it out for any, or recommend it to any fangirl or fanboy who wants to experience, oh, this is somebody else's first convention through those eyes, or through somebody else's eyes, and go back and remember your first convention, the wonderment, the awe. And also at the same time, she's having trouble with her best friend, because her best friend's father was working at the company that the main character's father owned and embezzled from. So it's really interesting, and I really would like you guys to check that out. It's not very well known, however, I personally love it. I can't wait to read more books from that author. And yeah, that was my top books of the year. I will come with you guys again with another video very soon, I hope. Do you agree with me on these picks? Do you think some of these picks are not as good as others? Let me know down below in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!